With regard to the state's requests, we appear to have a temporary order that addressed all of the state's issues, and the state has no problem with that continuing forward. The state's understanding is that Ms. Schwartz will not be asking for a final today. It's the state's understanding that additional information is needed from Travis County, and such information may need to be specifically ordered by this court to be released to her, but I'll defer to her going into more detail. And it's the state's understanding that Ms. Flores is fine with the current orders, while she would like some finality to all of it. The state's understanding she is aware of why the state and litem are not yet prepared to finalize today.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. litem, why aren't we finishing this one up?
Well, Your Honor, we can. My concern is that I don't have the hard evidence that we'd need to necessarily do what's best for this kiddo at this point in time. So there was a CPS case in the past. And so what I'd be requesting based on the termination grounds and the fact that there was a criminal case coming out of the CPS case based on abuse, which was confirmed to me by the father who was involved in the case. Ms. Flores was not involved, so she doesn't have access to the court files. It wasn't about this kiddo. It was about other kids. So that's part of the issue we've got.
Right, okay. That explains it. I got
it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I saw the report. I saw that mom maybe wants termination, but we know how hard that is, and that's not probably going to happen anytime soon. So, if there's an investigation as far as possible abuse to a third-party child or a third-party family member, yes, I definitely have no problem with that. So, okay.
Perfect. And we are asking, I spoke to Ms. Bongot about it, and she's going to write it in there that I have access to the file because the CPS files are sealed. Part of my concern is that my understanding is that there may have been incidents during supervised visits. And so I want to make sure before I make my recommendation about supervision, I'm planning to ask for no designation based on the history anyway, but I want to be sure that we know if supervised visits are just not even a good idea.
Okay, then, and well, I will have to come with a designation, but based on the fact that the dad was involved in this and the court has some concerns, I wouldn't mind making a temporary order where she's sole MC, he's possessory with no rights until further order. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right then. All right then, Ms. Flores, please unmute yourself and raise your right hand, and we'll get some testimony, and we'll take this one up. Thank you. All right, ma'am. Do you solemnly swear or affirm your testimony you're gonna give here today the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you?
I do.
All right, ma'am, you're officially under oath. I'm going to let the state call you as a witness and then have the ad litem cross-examined. And if there's anything else you need to if you think I need to know before we finish up today, you as your own representative will be allowed to tell the court anything in addition, ma'am, that may have been left out. But at this time, Ms. Bongat, she's your witness. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Ms. Flores. Ma'am, what is your full name?
Connie Nicole Flores.
Who is the child in this case?
Athena Ray Flores.
How are you related to Athena?
She's my daughter.
And previously, ma'am, we had a temporary order that established Mr. Fernandez as her father. Is that correct?
Yes.
Were you able to hear my opening statement to the court, Ms. Flores?
Yes.
And was I accurate in telling this court that you were fine with the temporary orders as they stand with regard to the state's issues of establishing conservatorship and looking at the support issues?
Yes.
Do you have any knowledge of whether Mr. Fernandez's circumstances have changed since we did those temporary orders?
I do. I don't think so. I did receive the temporary orders, of course, requested him provide child support, and I did receive that the first month. But since then, I haven't received anything. So I don't know what his situation is.
And that temporary order had you and Mr. Fernandez communicating via app close, correct?
Yes.
Has that actually occurred?
No, he has not downloaded the app.
And does he have any other way to communicate with you?
Facebook.
Has anything recent been made known to you through that means?
He sent me pictures of the kids that he no longer has custody to, but that's it.
And then, ma'am, with regard to your daughter's health and dental coverage, is that still the same?
Yes.
And do you have any specific requests for the court with regard to the support that was previously ordered from Mr. Fernandez?
No.
Were you also able to hear Ms. Schwartz's opening statement to the court?
Yes.
Do you have any information, ma'am, about Mr. Fernandez's past CPS history or the criminal matters?
I know about it, but I don't have like access to the files, or I know much detail. I just know what he's told me.
Anything else, ma'am, you wanted the court to consider based on my questions?
No, I don't think so.
Thank you, ma'am. Your Honor, I pass this witness.
All right, then, Ms. Schwartz, your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. So he has told you the details of his CPS case, correct?
He's told me bits and pieces of it, yes.
Okay. And has he told you about the criminal case?
I know it was related to that, and I know he pled guilty, but that's about all I know.
Okay. And what did he tell you about the CPS case?
That it was related to him hitting his children. At the time, he did get it. There was a temporary order where his kids were put in the care of his mother, and he wasn't supposed to have visitation. And then I knew that was broke, and the kids got taken away completely. But that's, again, kind of the extent of what I know.
Okay. And did he ever tell you whether there were final orders in that case?
He did not.
Okay. And you had said you didn't have access to the file. Have you ever seen any documentation from that case?
No.
And did he ever tell you anything about any issues regarding supervised visitation?
No.
Okay. Do you understand why I'm requesting more time today?
Yes.
Are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand we could have final orders today, right?
Yes.
And you understand that more information would be necessary to, I guess, restrict the father's rights.
I don't mind making this as a temp, ma'am, but to make this as a final, I don't have enough evidence. So yes, ma'am, that's the way it's got to go.
Okay. And do you have knowledge of whether he's homeless right now?
I don't know.
Okay. Why did he send pictures of the other children? Do you know?
I think I really don't know. He literally sent them the other day, and I was like, they're all grown up, and I didn't ask further questions because, as far as I know, he's not around those children or at all or anything. So I don't know.
Okay. And you understand that you don't have to respond to anything that's not through app close?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, then. Anything on redirect, Ms. Bongat?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then. Ms. Flores, if I ask you anything, I'm looking at going ahead and, like I said, continuing the temporary order, making mom sole, dad possessory with no rights until further order. Ms. Schwartz, I think we may be limited to just getting that criminal information of what he was convicted of. That's not going to be sealed, so we'll be able to find that. And I don't want to, and I don't feel like messing with my brethren down in Travis County and trying to get them to unseal the file, because be careful what you wish for. Okay, so yeah. But yeah, the criminal conviction will be more than enough and give us the data that we need. All right.
And Your Honor, my only concern about that is I actually don't have the cause number from the criminal case. I only have the CPS one. Just to let you know.
Okay, well, yeah, you can't run a file search based on his name in Travis County.
I'm going to try to do that. I think that's what we'll need to do, and I'll let you know if for some reason it is sealed or something, but it shouldn't be.
Oh, it shouldn't be.
We'll look into the criminal side and work to get a hold of that. I think I might know the name of his criminal attorney. He was struggling to remember any information about his counsel or any of the people on any of the cases when I spoke to him. But yes.
You could also try contacting CPS and let them know, hey, this guy's got another child and we're trying to figure out a couple of things here. So
I'm definitely trying to do that. I'm trying to sort of get access to the file through the people who were on the original case by sending them my appointment order, because that way it's not going through the clerk's office, but they still have the proof that I'm actually connected to the case. So fingers crossed that I can get it that way, especially the part I'm really worried about is the supervised visitation stuff. I definitely want to know if anything happened.
Yeah, because it sounded like his mom was supposed to supervise, not allow him, and she let him do what he wanted, like moms have a tendency to do.
Yes.
And yeah, unfortunately, well, it never happened to me, but my mom would have slapped me down the highway if I tried to do anything in violation of court or against her grandchildren. Okay, so yeah.
I know it. It surprises me that there's such a divide between the parents who are like that and the parents who let their kids see the kids, because there definitely are those parents who are like, you're not messing with my grandkids. You're not getting them taken from me. So
remind me, I got a personal, I got a war story to tell you sometime when we're not online. Okay, it was a great one of the greatest moments of my legal career that when I saw this happen. But I'll let you know off the record later on. All right, thank you. All right then, Ms. Flores, do you have anything else you want to let us know, ma'am?
I do not.
All right, let's see about kicking this down the road about 6 weeks. Let's try to get it done by the end of the year. So let's look at it. We'll put it on one of the December dockets, Ms. Bongat. And let's try to wrap this up before the new year. If not, I just sent out a couple of new Zoom codes for the last week, the next to last week of January, and the final Tuesday in January. I just sent out the codes for those, so those are wide open with nobody set. Okay, Ms. Bunga, you there? Did we lose you? Okay, I'm sorry. You're muted. All
Still
right.
Here, Your Honor.
Yeah, I said, oh God. I've been fooling around with my different internets here at the in Bell County today, and I said, "Oh God, I lost her on one of these." So maybe, but hey, this one's still working, so we're good. All right, anything else, Ms. Bongat?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then. Thank y'all very much, and like I said, we'll see you either at the right before the Christmas holidays or right after the first of the year, and see about getting this done and see if we can find out the data we need to take care of this properly, and let Dad know. No, he doesn't. There's definitely not enough there to terminate. And yeah, so that's that, that's that, ma'am, but we'll see. All right. All right,
Okay,
we're off the
thank you.
record. Thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.